Hi everyone, Bricknut here. In this video we're going to be looking at a Lego Stranger Things set. This is set number 75810 and it's called The Upside Down, which is the same name as the episode from the Netflix series that this is based on. It's a relatively new Netflix series. It's a Netflix original series. And I have only seen episode 8, the last episode for season 1 that is. There is a season 2. So far I want to go back and I want to watch, you know, from the very beginning. So that's something I'll do when I've got some spare time. Anyway, it is a large set. It has 2,287 pieces and it's a very expensive set. It's still available. And it will cost you in the UK, straight from Lego, £179.99. Yeah, it's not a cheap set. However, I got this for £125 because I got it used from a lad that I've actually bought a number of sets from. In fact, I've got one that I've got to go and get from my shed downstairs because he dropped it off for me tonight. Yeah. Where was I? I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, that was it. So, he's actually got to the point now where if he has any sets up for sale, he'll offer them to me first on Facebook before he puts them up for sale on the many sale groups. So he offered me this one first, and there was an oh yeah, that Lego City set, which I've already done a review on. And the one that I've got to go and get from the shed is a Friends set, as in the TV show, not their own Lego theme. So, I never thought I would actually have that set, to be honest. I was never really interested in it, but he offered it to me for a decent price, so I thought, why not? Anyway, I'm going to need booklet number 1. Quite thick booklets for this. Then again, I'm not surprised. There's a lot more to the set than it probably looks. It took me 12 hours thereabouts to build this. Maybe closer to 11, because I did take breaks, you know, while I built this, but yeah, it took me quite a long time. Anywho, I need the book because it's got the names of the characters in here and I don't know those off by heart. I've only seen one episode, so I'm going to start with the little display stand here. So we have, going from this side to that side, which to me is left to right, which will probably be right to left for you. Cameras confuse me. Anyway, we have, this is Lucas Sinclair, we've got Mike Wheeler, we've got Dustin Henderson, and we've got 11. Now I'm going to try and do this without giving too much away for anyone who hasn't seen this series yet and wants to see it. All I'm going to say is I'm not sure if she was like a science experiment or what, but she has magical powers of some sort, and basically everyone else here is trying to protect her from the authorities. That's the gist I get from what I've seen of the show. So, we'll start with the rear of these figures. We've got 4 here. Elle doesn't actually have an alternate face, but she's got a nice little fabric skirt there. Very detailed printing on the back of this. Actually some very detailed printing on the back of this one as well. Lots of creases to simulate fabric. Same there and the same on Lucas here as well. Lucas has got a nice bandana on the front. Some very nice details as well. And something else, because these are child characters. So they've got the shorter legs. I don't know if we can... yeah, I don't know if you can see that. I'll compare them in a minute, but these are the short legs. As they've put on a lot of child figures in the past, The difference is with these ones, and this is the first time I've seen this done, they are articulated. Look at that. I've not seen the short legs articulated until I got this set. This, what's his name again? Mike and Dunstan do have, if I turn them around, alternate faces. Obviously, well, I don't know why Elle hasn't. They could, because the hairpiece would cover it. Lucas, not really a good idea because you can see it even though the little tail for his bandana is there. I do like that. Nice big Stranger Things sign. That is a big sticker. Now, because I bought this set second hand, I don't actually know how many stickers are included in this set. But I didn't see that many. There's a bunch of windows that have got stickers on. There's a police truck there. I know it's got a sticker on each door, and I can't remember at the minute if there's a license plate on the back or not. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. So, the last three figures. We have Joyce Byers, and her family owns this ranch. She also has the alternate face and some nice detailing on the back there. I do like the olive green jacket she's got on, and a striped shirt underneath. Do like that style of hairpiece as well. I think that's quite pretty. Then we've got Sheriff Jim Hopper. Now, of course, he's the other one that doesn't have an alternate face for obvious reasons. That hat has been used before, and I know this colour of legs has been used before as well. I don't know. That's the torso, or is that new for this set? Oh, shiny gold, I've just realised that. That reflects, and it's gold, not the silver colour that Lego likes to use. I'm going to move these over here actually, because I'm going to need some room. I don't know if you can see it, but there is the monster from the show there as well, and I can't remember what that one's called. And here we go. We have another little boy here. That one, if I remember rightly, he's not actually in the book for some reason, and he's one of the main characters. But he's William, or Will, and he does have an alternate face as well. And the other thing I will say, if you're wondering about like this very 1980s style hairstyle there, it is set around about that time period, the 80s, 90s, I think. I'm guessing 80s, one from the hairstyle and whatnot, and two from the style of truck and the vehicles. Like I said, I've not watched it from episode 1 yet, so don't hold me to that. But yeah, really nice set of figures in here, very well detailed. And again, little kiddlywink here with articulated legs. Right, the main part of this set. I've got to be careful when I move this, because if I get it in the wrong place, parts of it will break. That's the only downside to this. It's not the sort of set that I would normally go for, but I actually do think it makes for a very nice display set. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause you in a minute because I just want to take you off the tripod, because while you're on the tripod I can't get the shots that I want to show you. It's a bit hard to get all the detail. But before I do that, I'm just going to take Jim's police SUV. Or not, I'm just going to demolish the SUV. Right, in that case, I'm going to pause while I put Jim's truck back together, and then we'll be back. Right, I've pieced the SUV back together, so we now know that there is quite a big weak spot on the roof. Anyway, it's a nice looking truck. I really do like this, and it was a nice build. It's a little bit weak in places, as we've seen. That bit, obviously it wouldn't do that on the real truck, so that's a bit to me. But still, one thing I want to do is actually get a load of my own parts together and build another one of these in like a black and white colour. So it looks like a California Highway Patrol one, something like that. Or I could do one in red and make a fire service one. And, it doesn't look far off from the original one on the show either. Oh yeah, there is a number plate on the back. So I've got 3 stickers on this then. There's not a lot to it. It's using one of these car chassis pieces that Lego have used a lot of. But weirdly, these 1x4 axle elements, not the 2x4 or the 2x2, the 1x4, which I thought was a bit odd. I've never seen them do that before. But it is a nice looking vehicle, I really like it. The emergency lights on the top are not exact to the ones in the show, but they're about as close as you're going to get. So I'm going to let Lego off on that one. Now, I'm just going to pause momentarily so I can take you off the tripod and go in for a closer look at the normal buyer's ranch, not the abnormal one. I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so I've got you off the tripod. We can actually have a good look at the detail out here. That nice looking chair, I do like that. Nice little table beside it. Front door that actually opens inwards. I'm not sure what that's meant to be there. Is it a cardboard box or something along with a flower pot beside it? Now this little sort of sofa here is quite interesting because the back to this sofa is actually part of that wall. The windows there actually sit on top of it. So that's quite an interesting build. And a little coffee table there, and then we've got a little swing seat that does move using a light grey 2x4 or 2x2 I should say axle element. Nicely detailed. There's the tree, and if you look at the top here, tops of the trees are flat, so you can stand it up. That's how it's standing so nicely on those two. So they double up as trees as well as legs, because the idea is that you can flip this over and display it the other way up, so you can display the dark side, or whatever you want to call that side. So we need to turn this around now, don't we? I didn't think of this. Oh yeah, before we do, I'll just point this out. This is the little bracket that holds the police vehicle down, so when you turn it upside down it's not going to fall off anywhere. I think my easiest way to turn it around is to literally do this. Oh, there we go. So now this isn't going to look like the complete ranch, because that would be one huge set, but they've laid it out and done it so the recognisable features from that show and from the scene inside the house from episode 8 are here. There's a lot of recognisable items, is what I'm trying to say. So let me just move my tripod out of the way so I don't knock into it again. There we go. So we've got William's bedroom. I believe this is William's. We've got a nice Jaws poster. Nice ghetto blaster there. Bedside lamp. Bed. We've got some posters above the bed there. Very well detailed. Nice little lamp. Yep, we move along to, like, I think this is the lounge area. Lounge stroke hallway. Now, they use a bear trap in the hallway. That's what that is supposed to be. String of Christmas lights, which is also quite significant to that episode, but I'm not going to say why, because like I said, I don't want to spoil it too much. So is the writing on that back wall, along with the printed Christmas lights. Coffee table with a newspaper on it. Yeah, this has got a light brick as well, shines a pattern on that back wall. I don't recall in episode 8 anything about the attic, so I don't know, I didn't see a camera or a stack of newspapers, unless I missed it. There's a little axe down by the door there with some boxes and things behind this armchair. A nice plant pot with no flowers. And I think that's like a comic or something down on the floor, maybe a magazine. So there's a lot of the key features from that episode from inside the ranch is actually here. So I think Lego's done well with that. Although I think personally I would have made it a little bit more wider because it really is cramped. Right. I do like how they've joined both halves together. It's a very repetitive build, I will say that, because once you've built this, you've got to build it a second time in different colours. And the only difference is adding these in. But the trees, they are exactly the same. If you look, we've got studs facing us this side, not that side. Yeah, absolute identical builds. Right. I'm not going to be able to do this next bit without two hands, so I'm going to have to pause the camera while I flip this over. Right, we've now got it flipped up the other way. So as you can see, one of the biggest differences is the colour. Now, in the episode, this is meant to be in an alternate universe. Like I said, I'm not going to give too much away. This is just an alternate universe, which I think is literally meant to be upside down in comparison to this, in exactly the same spot, I believe, if I've interpreted that correctly. And because it's where this monster lives, it's all covered in like vines, weeds, slime and all sorts of yuck, basically. And it is a complete mirror image. We've now got the swing seat this side, and we've got a blue sofa behind there, more weeds, more sort of tentacles, we've got some tentacles hanging from the trees. I'm just going to move him out of the way. There is nothing printed under the head. Some claws there as well. Oh, I just realised he's got completely different legs as well. Put him over there. Got a black box there instead of a dark tan. We don't have the stand for Jim's Jeep either. There's the other chair at the other end. We have black tables instead. I've just realised the one that sits there is missing because it fell off, and I've only just remembered. We've got more of these sort of weeds and vines and things growing all over here. Very, very dark in the show. Very dark. As in lighting wise. Well, I suppose it would be. It's got to look spooky, hasn't it? So if we turn this around so we can have a look on the inside, there's not really much to show you. Oh, that's come off. There's meant to be, where is it? A little hook up there for that to go onto, but I'm going to need two hands to get that up there. See, the white papers have gone grey. The alphabet has gone grey on there with some broken bulbs and things. A string of lights here has got bulbs missing, and the others are clear instead of coloured. Got a dark blue sofa, another grey paper there. Tentacle coming out the flower pot on this one. There's the bedroom again with some sort of weed coming out of the lamp at the back there. Oh, no it isn't, it's come from the ceiling. Beg your pardon. There's no camera up on the top of this one either, or stack of newspapers, so that's a big difference. Yeah, that string of lights has a little hook, a little claw brick there that's meant to be on. Yeah, I think they've done well to capture that side of it, but of course it still doesn't do any justice, not to the show. It's very hard to simulate what was in the show in Lego, so I think they've done the best they could. So you can see the two different tones of the telephones there. Nice bright yellow one in a normal house and a dull grey one. Everything was just so dull and dark and dingy and slimy and weedy and tentacly, and it's worth a watch. I'd recommend watching it if you haven't already. See these trees? The same with these 1x3 pieces, which actually have studs on the other side, so it's just the reverse of that. But overall, it's a great set. Really glad I purchased it. Really glad I built it. The only problem I've got now, I don't have anywhere to display it. Oh. And I really want to, because I think that is an absolute awesome display piece. I really don't think it was built as a play set, because there's not really that much playability behind there, is there? Even for small hands, there just isn't enough room. But as a display piece, brilliant. I'm really looking forward to finding somewhere really nice to display that. I don't know where though. I'm going to have to do a bit of shuffling about, I think. It's about the only thing I can do. Anyway, any negatives? It's pricey, but there is a lot of pieces, so, you know, I don't know what the price per part is at the moment. I've just noticed that pillar's on the wonk. I need to just pop that roof off and knock it that way a little bit. See, I remember I actually picked it up by this a few days ago and again knocked all the pillars off. So just remember, that's probably one of the downsides, actually getting hold of it to turn it over, because it's quite a heavy set as well. You know, there's a lot of pieces there to flip over, but it is stable. These trees, you ain't going to break those in a hurry. You might break some of these bits off, but the main trunk of the tree is pretty sturdy. There's actually, I don't know if you can see it, those grey Technic pins going through it periodically, going all the way through to help tie everything together. So it's pretty sturdy. I wouldn't I wouldn't worry about that going over too much. It's going to wobble, but it would actually take quite a lot of force to knock that over. So I think that is it for the video. I can't think of anything else I want to add. I don't like it displayed that way up. I'm going to have to flip it over. I prefer the normal side. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the set down below. And as always, I'm going to leave links to the channel's Discord server and Facebook page. I do strongly recommend following the Facebook page out of the two, as I do post updates and any possible downtime, etc, etc, and anything else LEGO related that I find interesting gets shared on there. So please follow the Facebook page, if not Discord. Anyway, wow, I really sounded like I was begging there, didn't I? I didn't mean to sound like I was begging. Anyway, I'm rambling, so I'm going to shut the camera down. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you on in the next one. Bye.